There is another style of Adidas trainers going to be so in demand this year. Well, hello there and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Ciara and I share videos on shopping for the best basics on the high street, how to build a capsule wardrobe and lots of other good stuff. So if that sounds good to you, then do hit subscribe because I would love to have you back for more videos. So in today's video, we are doing a 2025 trend report all about the biggest sneaker and trainer trends for the year ahead. Every time I mention sneakers or trainer trends in my roundup videos, you guys go crazy for them, and like me, it seems like you guys are trainer obsessed. I love the fact that trainers are now such a style staple in themselves and that we can be comfortable in our everyday outfits as well as looking stylish. There are so many incredible styles of trainers or sneakers on the high street at really, really good prices that can really elevate your look. I'm going to be covering all of the trends that we're going to be seeing for 2025. Some of them I think you guys are going to really, really love, and some of these trends I'm really interested to know what you think. Everything that I mentioned will be linked right down in the description below. I will have all the links to all of the shoes that I mentioned, so you can find everything right down in the description below. So the first big trend for 2025 for trainers is going to be the slimmer style. This is going to come as no surprise to anybody, but I have to start off by mentioning it because it is really the dominating shape of footwear that we're seeing for this year. It was definitely the trending shape last year as well. We saw a move from the chunkier sneaker, the chunkier loafer, to a more streamlined style, and this is definitely the case for 2025 as well. All of those slimmer styles that have been so popular, your Adidas Sambas, your Gazelles, your Spezials, all of those kind of styles are still going to be massively popular. So do not throw away any of the styles that you have, and that is never my intention with trend videos, that you need to overhaul your wardrobe. It's just looking at what's coming down the line. It can sometimes show you how to restyle what is already in your wardrobe. I actually have some tips for that coming up in this video as well. That slimmer style of sneaker, it's more of a football boot style, and we see this across Puma with their Speed Cats. We see it with Adidas with all of their different types of Gazelles and Spezials and Sambas. We see it with the Adidas SL72s. All of these slimmer kind of football boot styles of shoe are so popular. Really, they're going nowhere. They're just really cool. And again, there's so many brands and colorways to choose. So depending on what your wardrobe looks like, if you are a neutrals girly, if you like brighter colors and patterns, there will be styles there to suit. So it's really just about picking what works for you. So moving on from the football style of sneaker, we're also going to be seeing a lot of running style shoes. And these are slimmer in nature, but they're a little bit bouncier. Great example of these is the New Balance 327s, and they're just a bouncier style of slim shoe. They have like a chunkier sole, but it's still not that chunky, and they're just a sporty type of shoe. They're almost like a running style of shoe. They're a little bit chunkier than the super slim styles that I've been talking about. And this is great news because it means that we're basically really looking at comfort as well as fashion, which obviously is happy days for us because I love being comfortable in my trainers. So moving on from this, another big trend we're going to be seeing for trainers and sneakers in 2025 is personalization, and this is such a fun trend to talk about. You can see examples of this all over our social media feeds, all over Pinterest, adding charms, adding little like buttons, using lace ribbon instead of laces, using like beaded lengths of fabric. It's just so clever and so cool how people are really adding their own personality and quirky touch to their trainers. And we've seen things like double laces, which we saw was really, really popularized with the New Balance X Miu Miu collab. Those gorgeous shoes with like the double laces. You can apply this styling trick to any trainers that you have. We also saw people adding like little clip-on charms, pendants, like just different pieces that they either were picking up or just had lying around in their jewelry collection. So this kind of, I think, is very linked to the bag charm trend, which again I've touched on in a previous video. Such a big trend for 2025, and it's a really fun one because it's so individual and unique to the person. And again, it just reminds you of how you can restyle some of the trainers that you already have in your wardrobe. Maybe you have a pair of Sambas that you're getting bored of and you can switch out the laces. You can add double laces. Maybe you could add some ribbon instead. So another trend we're going to be seeing seeing in trainers for the coming year is hiking sneakers. And again, these have slowly been coming in the last year, but this year they're set to be much more popular. And the perfect example of this are the Solomons. I think it's the XT6s is the style. They are a hiking shoe, but they're like a slimmer hiking shoe. It's not full chunkiness, but it's a little bit more utilitarian athleisure wear. Again, I feel like this is definitely nods to utilitarian, almost like norm core style, where you're taking a quote unquote ugly trainer and making it cool. It's definitely something we saw so much in Copenhagen. A pair of Solomons paired with like a really feminine skirt. If you've heard about the wrong shoe theory, which is a really fun little styling tip that circulates around TikTok, and it's basically where you take an outfit and then you go ahead and pick the wrong shoe for that outfit. So if it's a very feminine, delicate outfit, you take a more rugged, kind of masculine, sturdy shoe. Solomons are the perfect example of this. So if you're more of a fashion girly and you want to break out of the mold of the slimmer sneakers, then maybe try a pair of Solomons. They have some really, really cool colorways. And again, I think they are set to be huge news for the coming years. Another trend that we're going to be seeing in footwear is bright colors. Across all of these brands, your Pumas, your Onitsukas, your Adidas, whatever the brand, we are seeing such a range of colors to choose from. It is so fun. It really means that you can get something different and not be wearing the same thing as everybody. So the likes of the Onitsuka Tigers, they have all these beautiful bright colorways, beautiful yellows, but then they also have softer muted colors as well. I'm a little bit more of a muted color palette kind of gal. I feel like I enjoy adding color with my shoes, but I tend to stick with things like burgundies, olive greens, deeper colors that I find easier to style with what I already have. But I do absolutely love a brighter colored shoe. Top of my list is the Puma Speed Cats in the bright red color. I think they are so chic. They're so cool. Adding that pop of bright red to your wardrobe is just such a cool style note. So many outfits work with a pop of red. So if you're brave enough, I think going for a red colorway or even a yellow. You can find yellow shades across the Puma Speed Cats. They're also in the Onitsuka Tigers. A very fun color to pick. We're also going to be seeing a lot more metallic shoes. We saw this a lot last year, especially the Onitsuka Tigers in the metallic colorway were super popular. But I think metallic colors are going nowhere for 2025. We'll be seeing more metallic silver across all these different styles, but we're also going to be seeing metallic gold, brighter, fun, punchier versions of what we saw last year, which honestly is so fun. Another thing that we saw a lot in the last year that's going nowhere for 2025 is suede fabrics. Suede is still dominating this year. We're seeing it across fashion, across accessories and handbags. It's just such a big trend, and we're seeing it in our footwear as well. Every brand, whether it is the Pumas in their Speed Cats, they come in suede, or if it's the Adidas, you also have some beautiful suede styles in more premium brands. The New Balance X Miu Miu collab, they have the most beautiful brown suede trainer. You can get it across multiple different price points as well, and it goes without saying you can find versions of all of these trends on the high street as well. If you go to places like Mango, ASOS, you can find these types of trainers without going to your brand names like Adidas or Puma. You know, you can find them for every price point as well. Two other key trends that are coming for 2025 for sneakers and trainers that I feel like you might love or hate, and I really want to hear your feedback on this, so do let me know in the comments what you think. First one we're going to talk about is the high top sneaker, and this definitely went away for a while. We didn't see it for a few years, but now we are seeing the resurgence of high top styles, and one of the key ones to illustrate this is the Isabel Marant high top sneaker. This style of shoe was really popular back in the early 2000s. I want to even say like the 2010s. We saw like the Isabel Marant wedge style sneaker and the high top with the super chunky tongue. That style has come back around. So whether you still have them from the 2010s, in which case I'm very jealous, or you're looking to pick them up, it's definitely a more out there style, but it is set to be really big for 2025. So of course I wanted to include it. So let me know what you think in the description below. Is this something that you will be wearing? I would love to know. The final trend we're going to talk about is ballet style sneakers. And this is very much a hybrid style of trainer, a mix between a ballet slipper and a trainer. And I know this style isn't for everyone, but it's actually very fun to see things like this coming into fashion because it's something very different. I know this style of sneaker is not going to be for everyone, but I feel like if you are cool enough and you are definitely about maximalism and quirkiness in your outfits, then I think this will be a fun one to try. It's definitely going to be something we're going to see more of in 2025. Adidas have an example of this. It's kind of like a Mary Jane style shoe but in a trainer. And there are some other examples from the high-end designers, the likes of Miu Miu and Prada touched on this. We're also seeing it with the likes of slip-on mule style sneakers. So it's basically a sports sneaker shoe, but that slips on and it's open at the back. Very much is a hybrid. It's a mix of different styles. Lots of different brands have their own versions of this, and it is not for the faint of heart. I really, really want to know in the comments below, will you be wearing ballet style sneaker or the hybrid sneaker trend, or is it one that you want to leave for maybe the more adventurous fashion girlies out there? I would love to know. Now that we've touched on some of the biggest trends that we're going to be seeing in sneakers and footwear for 2025, let's go ahead and look at the top trending sneakers and trainers that we're going to be seeing for the coming year. First one I'm going to mention is Aloha's sneakers. And again, this is a brand that is based in Spain, very cool, and they've been building in popularity for such a long time. They also do an amazing alternative to the New Balance X Miu Miu collaboration, which again is very expensive and also I think completely sold out. They have like your classic suede, slim, like football boot type shoe, but they also have versions with the big tag that falls over, which is very similar to the Adidas Wales Bonner collab. They're just very, very cool, very, very on trend. So if it's a brand that you haven't looked at, look at their suede and their fold over tag styles. I will link them in the description below. The Wales Bonner X Adidas collaboration. We definitely saw this in 2024. It's not a brand new style. However, it is going to be even more popular in 2025. The New Balance 327 style is definitely set to be very popular for 2025. Example of a running style shoe. So it's slim in its nature, but it's a little bit bouncier, a little bit chunkier, a little bit more athleisure wear than your classic very slim Adidas and Puma styles. They have some really, really cool colorways in this range as well. If you wanted to go a little bit more spenny with this, then Loewe have released a running style shoe that's very similar to the New Balance. It has the same structure and shape and bounce to it. If you wanted something that was a little bit more premium, I think this will be a very, very trending shoe. There is another style of Adidas trainers going to be so in demand this year. The Adidas Originals X The Song for the Mute Country OGs. So this is a very specific collaboration. They have some gorgeous colors, and what I think is so cool about these shoes is the kind of like horsehair detail on them. It's like a hairy suede effect. They come in the most stunning deep burgundy, which as you know we all love in trainers. It's such a fun one to add to your outfit, like a little pop of burgundy. They also come in a black colorway and like a deeper tan brown as well. So I think the colors that they picked for this are spot on. They're so cool. Another style of sneaker which is going to be huge news for 2025 is the Salomon XT6. They're a little bit more rugged, a little bit more masculine, very, very outdoorsy. And you want something that's different to maybe the slimmer running style shoes that you might already have. Look at the Salomon XT6s and they might be just what you're looking for. But the Adidas SL72s are set to go nowhere. They were super popular in 2024 and they're going nowhere for 2025. They are a slightly bouncier style of the kind of football boot style of Adidas. And again, touching on that running shoe trend, they have a gorgeous burgundy. They have like a yellow colorway, a blue colorway. If you want to add some pops of color, I actually think their green would be amazing for spring as well. The Onitsuka Tigers, specifically the Mexico 66, they really are set to be big news for 2025. They were very popular last year, but they're growing and growing. The metallic finishes, which are very cool. You have the bright yellow, which again is a really, really fun pop of color, but they have released a new array of more kind of neutral styles, which for me personally would be easier to style with my wardrobe. If you're someone who's a little bit more of a capsule wardrobe, maybe a neutral girly, I think these colorways of the Onitsuka Tigers are a great shout. It's still a very cool brand. It's something different. It's still very wearable as well. Next up, we have the Puma Speed Cats. And again, I touched on this before. This is a very, very popular style for 2025. Very much the football boot style. These look so much like a pair of football boots, but I think they're super, super cool. They're very, very slim. Again, I think the suede finishes are my favorites. They have my top colorway for the Puma Speed Cats is the brown suede. If you can get your hands on it, I think it's so, so chic. Final style of trainer that I actually didn't mention in any of my previous trend videos is the Nike Cortez. This style of trainer has been around for decades. I actually think it came out in like the 70s. I have a pair of them from maybe like 5 or 6 years ago in the classic white with like the red and blue details, and I love them. And I'm so chuffed that they're coming back into style because actually I've had these sitting in a cupboard and they're so comfortable. The Nike Cortez are just a really fun kind of vintage style shoe, and I think they're just very classic and very cool. They really have updated the colorways and I adore the brownie beige colorway. If you can get your hands on those, I think they're so gorgeous. They also have some beautiful muted pink colorways, like just some really, really gorgeous styles. So there you have it, guys. That is a roundup of all of the trends that we're going to be seeing for sneakers and trainers for 2025, as well as a bit of a cheat sheet for you for the hottest styles that you're going to be seeing. As always, I love to do the work for you and all of the research, and I have all of these styles linked in the description below. I know lots of the most sought after styles just fly in and out of stock, so I'm going to do my best to find all of the in-stock versions for you. If you liked these kinds of trend roundup videos, then do give me a thumbs up to let me know, and if you have not already, then be sure to subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every single week and I would love to have you back for more. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.